What up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Matt Wyatt. So, I'm going to be reviewing the third James Cameron movie that he directed, and it's called The Abyss, that came out in 1989. And was so excited to be talking about this movie, and I've been waiting to watch this movie for a while now because I haven't seen this movie in a long time since it was out on HBO. Wasn't even born when this movie came out. It came out in '89, and it was like a few years before I was born. And this is one of those films that we are going to get a 4K remaster for the first time ever on digital on December 12th and on 4K Blu-ray on March 12th. James Cameron is re-releasing the film for the first time in the theater for The Abyss in Dolby Cinema. And I myself had an opportunity to go see it in the theater with an audience, and they were handing out this free poster that for the movie, and I love this special edition poster. It looks so beautiful. They even have the back of the 4K digital and Blu-ray the release date when these movies starts to come out, like Aliens and True Lies, and the Titanic that already just got a 4K release, and also the upcoming Avatar movies for the collector's edition. This poster is so beautiful. I love it, and I'm so happy that I was able to get my hands on it. And had a great time in a theater with an audience, and it was such a refresh experience that I got a chance to experience it. Because, like I said, I haven't watched this movie in years. I've only seen the theatrical cut, and it was my first time watching the special edition in a 4K quality in Dolby Atmos surround sounds. So the film follows a civilian diving team who are enlisted to search for a lost nuclear submarine and faces danger while encountering an alien aquatic species who may or may not be hostiles. After coming out of the theater, I was so blown away of how much I really love The Abyss. And it's the reason why I love movies and why I love going to the theater. For movies like this that we're not often getting, and we're all concerned of where the future is heading for Hollywood, because most of the Hollywood blockbuster movies we're getting are mostly mediocre. We're mostly getting mediocrity fatigue when it comes to blockbuster movies, and there are only like two or three movies that became a top tier, but this is a movie that we don't often quite get. And the film only works when you have James Cameron constructing characters and the story, and it was very well handled, and it didn't have to rely on spectacle, or it doesn't have to be almost action heavy. We focus on great characters, and it makes the stakes and the thrills more rewarding and satisfying. And this movie still holds up quality wise. You had great tension and suspense, and you see these characters who are going through a life and death situation, especially when they had to deal with an unhinged a Navy SEAL played by Michael Biehn, who has completely lost his mind when he was in deep underneath the sea, and he's grabbing a nuclear warhead, and he could potentially put his team and the diving team at risk. And you get great character moments with the diving team, and I just love how they were handled in this movie. They never felt one note, and they never felt like one dimensional. They were treated well. They all served a purpose, and you love the relationship with the whole team. They had an incredible chemistry. And from what I've heard, that this was a tough movie to shoot on set, especially when they're doing special effects in the middle of a flood inside the ship, and you felt so claustrophobic, and you see them swimming underwater, and you see them losing oxygen, and when we come across with the alien species, you really see the sense of wonder when they show up, especially when you see a ship coming out of the sea with glowing purple lights, and their goal is to make contact with them. They're not a threat to their humans, but Michael Bihn's character think that they're a threat, and he wants to take it in his own hands by grabbing the warhead and blowing them up and potentially declaring war on the aliens. It was an emotional roller coaster ride, and it was a very stressful movie to watch too. And I don't mean that in the negative way, because this is how you write your story, and this is how you write your characters. You got to make the stakes believable, and you got to get the sense that they're in real danger, that most of them could potentially die in this movie. And I thought Michael Bihn's performance in this film was incredible. I mean, it's Michael Biehn. He can do no wrong. He's an underrated actor. And this is the third James Cameron movie that he appeared in. And it was different that he played the antagonist this time around and not the protagonist that we saw in Aliens and the Terminator. And I thought he made it so believable. He was a character that was just lost his mind, and he saw was hate. All he cares about shoot to kill, and shoot first, ask questions later. And he did a great job of making the performances believable, especially the one brawl out fight scene with Ed Harris and Michael Biehn, where Ed Harris is going to have to stop him from activating the nuclear warhead and try to take it out into the alien ship and destroying it. That fight was so fucking brutal to watch, and I loved it. And the chase scene it went on for like 3 to 5 minutes underwater. This is definitely one of the best films that James Cameron has ever made, and I'm glad that they were getting re-releases of classic movies that we grew up loving. And I want them to keep continuing to do more. And I hope that James Cameron does another re-release for a 4K transfer of Aliens and True Lies. If he puts it out in the cinema, I'm going to be there day one. This is a film that still holds up and it still stands the test of time. And this is a film that looked like it could have came out today, even though that Hollywood would never take chances to make a movie like this. But this one, James Cameron took a lot more risk and took a lot of chances, and it paid off by the end. And I hope you guys had a chance to see this in the cinema. And if you have seen this movie, what did you think of The Abyss? Do you agree with me or do you disagree with me? Let me know in the comment section below. And if you are going to buy it on 4K digital or 4K Blu-ray, let me know. And if you want to follow my social media links, the link tree will be down in the description down below. I'm more active on TikTok, Threads, Instagram, and Twitter. And if you like this video, make sure you leave it a like and subscribe to my channel for more videos to come. And if you want to keep up to date, turn on the bell notifications. I really appreciate your guys' support. My channel is starting to grow. I hope you guys have a great day, great evening, or a weekend, wherever you are. I hope you guys stay safe and take care.